Welcome back to the Brown channel. Today we are very excited to travel across continents because it's been a really long wait since the pandemic. And now we're taking you to Phuket, which is a very popular tourist destination in Thailand. So if you're ready, let's get going. We chose to stay at a resort called The Village, which is located on the Coconut Island, only 10 minutes away by ferry boat. Phuket is very well known for having a notorious transport mafia system. The transport charges are very high, so if you can hire a car or a bike to travel around, it would be much more convenient, and you will be able to dodge the pushy taxi drivers and blood-sucking charges. To get to Coconut Island, we need to take the speedboat at Lam Hin Pier. The speedboat costs 100 baht per trip per person and is available every hour on advanced booking only. And look, within just 10 minutes as promised, now we have arrived at the Coconut Island, which I find very impressive. It looks very private and very romantic. Upon arrival at the Village Resort, we were escorted by the buggy up towards the lobby, which is close by. It took us a while at the check-in because they needed to help us fill out the forms which are required by the government for the Test and Go program. Because here in Phuket, the hotels are responsible for sorting that out for you, as well as your 5th-day COVID test booking. The rule here is that you must wear a mask at all times when you are in public places, except when you are eating. And nobody wants to catch COVID, so I'm following the rules strictly. Now we have arrived at our lovely jacuzzi suite, which was complimentarily upgraded by the hotel. Coconut Island is not super developed. The roads here were just newly laid. Getting around the island can be done by foot or by the hotel's bicycle, which is free of charge. There is a local Muslim village nearby which you can walk over to the local grocery shop where you can get some reasonably priced bottled water, sodas and snacks. The hotel also offers free kayaks, a paddleboard, and I think a sailboat is also available at the beach with life jackets, which we think it was fantastic. From our experience, normally the sea was very still, which I think it was perfect for paddleboarding and kayaking. But today, the sea has got to make it special for us. Yep, it's windy today, so you can imagine I have to work harder to go around on the paddleboard. But you know what? Nothing can bring me down today. I took the paddleboard and my husband took the kayak for a tour around the coast, which we absolutely enjoyed very much. So basically, if you like to have a nice and quiet time, the village is actually a pretty good choice. The downside of the sea on this island is that it looks murky almost all the time because of low tide, which I think if it was clearer it could have been perfect for snorkeling as well. But that didn't bother me as much because the village has nice pools, water slides and playground for kids. Even though the hotel looked as though it was designed for a perfect getaway, the hotel just recently reopened along with the country whilst still struggling through the pandemic. It looked like the hotel originally had 3 restaurants, but only 1 restaurant was open during our stay. The service was a bit of a mix. The selections on the menu at the restaurant was limited and some staff avoided our eye contacts, which is totally the opposite to these stray puppies. We had to call out to the passing staff to follow up our food and they didn't even bother to attend our table. What we've got was a shout back saying it'll be ready soon. We were left waited for half an hour for our lunch even though the restaurant was almost empty. We ordered pizza from room service once and they took their time to make it. And once it arrived, it turned out to be someone else's pizza in which they came back to collect. It took half an hour to deliver what's supposed to be the right one, But the pizza had missing ingredients. We ended up having a baked dough with onions, chilies, and cheese combination, which we found odd and terrible. But other than that, they served quite decent food, but just that there weren't many to choose from. It wasn't easy to go out and eat at nearby restaurants either, because other available restaurants on the island weren't actually on the coconut island. They were on floating rafts. To get to the restaurant, you will have to contact the hotel reception. You have to physically walk to the reception and tell them yourself, because the staff at the restaurant wouldn't call the reception for you. Then the reception will call the restaurant, and the restaurant will pick you up and send you to the pier. Then you will board on a long-tail boat, and voila! You will arrive at the restaurant in about 10 minutes. It was quite an experience for us, so maybe you should try it too. Here you'd get super fresh seafood at slightly lower prices than the hotels. Although I have to warn you, they serve in-shell crabs with no equipment. Your hands will definitely get dirty, and if you're not careful enough, you'll cut your finger like me. Our orders here are very delicious, so the recommended dishes are the prawns in tamarind sauce and the stir-fried crabs in yellow curry. Although the not recommended one is the garlic buttered lobster. It wasn't a great dish, and I had to eat all of that alone with massive guilt because it costed us 3,200 baht. And that's about it for our review at the Coconut Island. If you find this useful, you can give us support by clicking like, share the video, or subscribe to our channel. If you click on the bell button, you'll get notified when our new videos are released. Thank you for watching. Bye now!